We've got this document straight from the Kenya Domestic Taxes Department. It's called the Updated Amnesty Step-by-Step Guide, Jan 2025. It's official, it's in-depth, and it's going to be our guide for this deep dive. But the real question is this amnesty the real deal, or is there a catch? That's what we're going to find out today. We'll break down what the program is all about, how it all works, and the most important part, what it means for you. First off, what even is a tax amnesty? Think of it like, you forgot to return a library book and you've got all those late fees piling up. The library amnesty would be like, hey, just bring back the book and forget about those fees. So in Kenya's case, the book is any unpaid taxes you owe the principal from like way back up to December 31st, 2023. And those annoying late fees, those are the penalties and interest that just keep adding up. This amnesty gives you a chance to wipe the slate clean, pay what you originally owed, and ditch those extra charges. The deadline for all this, June 30th, 2025. Got it.
Okay, now here's where it gets interesting. The document splits taxpayers into two groups: those who owe back taxes and those who don't. If you're all clear, no outstanding principal, you're golden. Amnesty happens automatically. No forms, no applications, you're all set. The Kenya Revenue Authority basically just erases those penalty and interest charges. Now, what if you do owe back taxes? It gets a bit more complicated. You'll need to apply for the amnesty, and here's the key. You need to set up a payment plan to settle that debt. Good news is, Kenya's made applying for amnesty pretty easy. Their online system, iTax, walks you through everything. They even have helpful screenshots along the way. So you log into your iTax account, find the amnesty section, put in your info, pick the taxes you want to include in the amnesty, and then set up your payment plan. It's kind of like creating a personalized installment plan for your taxes. The system even helps you calculate the amounts based on how often you want to pay. Check everything over, agree to the terms, click submit, and bam, you'll get a confirmation with all the amnesty and payment plan details. But there's a catch.
The amnesty only works if you pay as you go. You only get amnesty for each specific tax after you've completely paid off the principal for that one. So no blanket forgiveness until you've held up your end of the deal. And speaking of holding up your end, there are some conditions to this amnesty. The big one, obviously, is paying off that principal tax debt by June 30th, 2025. No excuses. The document's super clear. If you skip out on your payment plan without a really good reason or a solution, the KRA will take action. We're talking penalties, seizures, the whole 9 yards. So, don't mess around. You're making a commitment. Got to stick to it. One more thing. That first payment is due immediately, like the same day you apply for amnesty. So before you hit that submit button, be absolutely sure you're ready to start paying. So we've covered what this amnesty is and how it works, but why should you care? Well, there are some pretty good reasons to jump on this. The biggest one, money, of course. Imagine 10,000 taxpayers, each owing, let's say, $1,000 in back taxes. That's a potential $10 million the government could collect, money that could be used for, like infrastructure or social programs.
By paying off your principal, you're basically getting rid of all those piled up penalties and interest, which can be a lot, especially if you've owed for a while. It's a chance to lower your total tax bill and get back on track. It's like hitting reset on your tax history, a fresh start, But it's not all about the money. There's also the peace of mind that comes with resolving past tax issues. No more deadlines looming over you. No more worrying about what the KRA might do. You can move forward, knowing you're in good standing with them. Of course, it's not all sunshine and roses. The biggest downside is the pressure of meeting those payment deadlines. You're signing up for a pretty strict schedule, and if you fall behind, you could lose the amnesty and face those consequences. So really think about your finances before you jump in. Can you really afford to make these payments on time, every time, for maybe the next year and a half?
Here's something to think about. The document's great at explaining how to apply for amnesty, but not so much the why. Why is Kenya doing this in the first place? What does it mean for the economy? And how does it fit into their overall tax strategy?
These are questions we'll dig into as we keep exploring Kenya's tax amnesty program. Okay, so we know this amnesty program is a big deal, especially for anyone in Kenya with, those outstanding tax bills. But let's rewind for a sec. Why now? Why is the Kenyan government offering this right now? Well, tax amnesties aren't exactly a new thing. Governments all over use them for different reasons, and Kenya is no different. One reason could be it's a way to boost how much tax they collect, in the short term. Offering a break from all those penalties and interest might make people want to come forward and settle their debts. It's kind of like a nudge, encouraging everyone to play by the rules, especially those who maybe couldn't pay before. But it's not just about getting money right away. Tax amnesties can also be like hitting reset, a way to get more people paying taxes in the long run. By getting taxpayers back on track, the government might be setting things up for a more stable tax.